Night settles over the valley and everything becomes quiet, but not empty. Shadows stretch across the hills, and the air feels heavy with things the eyes cannot see. You have walked through long days, battles no one else knows about, and silent fears that rise when darkness returns. But tonight, God meets you here. Tonight, He enters your valley. There is a stillness in the air, a holy weight that surrounds you. Every hidden trap the enemy set, every whisper of fear, every unseen plan formed against you, they cannot stand under the presence of the shepherd who watches you. His footsteps echo through the valley of your night, and darkness begins to tremble. He comes as protector, as defender, as the one who keeps you from every snare. The enemies that hid in the shadows now shake, because the light of heaven is approaching. Your fears lose their voice. Your worries begin to loosen their grip. Feel the shift, the atmosphere of your room changing as God draws near. You're not alone in this valley, and you never were. Tonight, the shepherd walks beside you. Tonight, God lifts His hand and breaks the traps meant to destroy you. This is your moment of refuge, the hour when heaven moves on your behalf. Stay until the end, because what God is about to do in your night is powerful. And before we continue, take one step of faith. Subscribe to receive God's protection every night. Night covers the valley in deep blue shadows, stretching far across the quiet landscape. The air feels heavy, as if holding the echo of unseen footsteps. You sense the presence of enemies, silent, hidden, waiting. Whispers of fear rise, trying to take shape in the darkness. But even here, something greater begins to move. The shepherd steps into your night with authority, and his light begins to push back every shadow. You stand at the edge of the valley, aware of battles you didn't choose. The traps set against you, spiritual, emotional, invisible, feel closer than before. But as he enters the scene, the atmosphere changes instantly. A warm, golden presence rests over you like a shield forming in the night. The fear that once held your breath captive slowly loosens, because the one who guards you never sleeps. And tonight, he arrives as your defender. The enemy thought the darkness would hide his plans. He believed his arrows would strike when your strength was low. But he did not expect God to walk into the valley ahead of you. He did not expect heaven to arrive before you even prayed. You can almost feel the divine footsteps circling your home. Walls of protection begin to rise around you, and every hidden plan is suddenly exposed by his light. The valley feels like the place where fear thrives, yet fear cannot thrive tonight. God lifts his voice and the shadows lose their power. He breathes peace into the dark places of your heart. You feel covered, wrapped, shielded by something unshakable. It's the presence of a Father who refuses to leave you alone. Every fear now trembles before him. Every enemy now shakes at his arrival. Your steps feel steadier as God walks beside you. The darkness is still present, but it has lost its authority. What once intimidated you now feels small in his light. Your valley becomes a sanctuary, not a battlefield, because when God enters a place, everything shifts. Even the air around you feels different, warmer, calmer, sacred, and you realize he came to fight for you. In the distance, you sense movement, arrows prepared in secret places, words spoken against you, traps designed to wound you, plans formed in darkness. But God raises his hand, and suddenly the valley grows silent. He is inspecting every corner of your night, exposing every hidden scheme. The enemy's confidence melts at the sight of his presence. No trap can remain hidden under the light of the Almighty. No weapon can survive the arrival of your protector. Your heart begins to rest even while the valley remains dark, because God is not intimidated by your enemies. He is not surprised by their strategies or fearful of their power. He walks through the valley as if he owns it, because he does. Every shadow bows to him. Every attack loses strength at his command. Every fear dissolves in his presence. You look around and notice that the night does not feel threatening anymore. It feels like a sacred space, watched over and protected. Even the darkness seems to glow with divine warmth. God positions himself between you and every unseen danger. He does not wait for morning to defend you. He begins the battle now, before the enemy makes a move, because he loves you too much to let fear rule your night. You can sense angels taking their places around you. The valley becomes a battleground of light, not despair. The enemies in the shadows lose their confidence as heaven arrives. Their whispers grow weaker, their traps fall apart, because nothing can stand against a God who protects his children. Nothing can survive when his presence fills the night, and tonight, he fills it completely. The wind shifts as if carried by divine breath. You feel a peaceful pressure on your chest, comforting and steady. God is telling your heart to rest, even while the battle unfolds. He is telling you that he sees every threat before it comes. He knows every fear before it speaks, and he has already begun to break the traps set against you. This valley is no match for the God who walks with you. Now fear tries one last time to rise, but God's voice cuts through it like thunder in the night. Do not be afraid. I am here. The valley responds to his authority. The shadows shrink back, unable to resist him. Your enemies scatter in confusion, and peace begins to settle where fear once ruled. You breathe deeply as the night becomes holy ground. God stands between you and every danger, every trap, every lie. Your valley is no longer a place of fear. It is a place of victory and progress. The battle has begun, but not in your strength, in his. You are surrounded, protected, and covered by the Almighty. The shepherd has entered your night, and nothing formed against you will stand. Hear my voice, O God, in my complaint. As you read this, imagine God leaning close to your whisper, your hurts, your fears, the silent cries you carry. He hears everyone. Nothing in your heart is ignored by heaven. Tonight, your prayer rises like incense before his throne, and God responds with tenderness and power. Your voice is not lost in the night. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. This is a prayer of protection, not just from danger, but from fear itself. God doesn't want you living afraid of what may come. He covers your mind, your emotions, your night. Fear cannot govern your heart when God is guarding you. He becomes your shelter, your wall, your defender. Tonight, peace begins to overwrite anxiety. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. There are meetings you were never invited to. Plots formed in shadows. Conversations meant to wound, diminish, or destroy you. But God hides you from every hidden attack. He blinds the eyes of those who seek your downfall. You remain invisible to the plans of darkness. From the tumult of evildoers, the chaos of the enemy cannot reach the one God covers. The noise, the confusion, the spiritual pressure breaks at his command. Even when others plot against you, heaven surrounds you. God steps between you and every spiritual storm. He silences the noise meant to disturb your night. He protects your peace with divine authority. They sharpen their tongues like swords. Sometimes the attacks aren't physical. They're words, criticism, lies, gossip, accusations, words designed to cut deeper than weapons. But God shields your heart from every spoken attack. He turns their swords into dull echoes. No word formed against you will prosper tonight. They aim bitter words like arrows. Some arrows are shot from the dark, unexpected, unseen, intentional. Yet God intercepts them before they touch your spirit. He becomes your armor, absorbing every attack. Even the arrows you never knew about are being stopped. God works in the realm you cannot see. Nothing thrown at you will pierce your peace. They shoot from ambush at the blameless. This is the nature of the enemy. Cowardly, hidden, silent. He waits until you are tired, vulnerable, distracted. But tonight God exposes every ambush. He shines his light on every shadowed corner. You are not walking blind through this valley. God illuminates the traps before you reach them. They encourage each other in evil plans. Even when the enemy gathers, God is greater. Numbers do not intimidate heaven. The forces against you may seem many, but the defender beside you is infinite. He sees every alliance formed in darkness. He disrupts every strategy before it unfolds. You are not outnumbered. You are surrounded by victory. They say, "Who will see them?" They believe their plans are invisible. They assume God does not notice the details of their schemes. But the Maker of your soul sees everything. Nothing escapes his eyes. Nothing is hidden from his judgment. He exposes what was meant to remain secret. He brings every trap into the light. But God will shoot them with his arrows. Here the shift begins, the divine reversal. The same arrows meant for you are now redirected by heaven. God himself intervenes with power and accuracy. He dismantles the plans of the wicked with one move. The battle belongs to him, not to you, and tonight he fights for your peace. Their own tongues will turn against them. This is divine justice, a holy turnaround. The words spoken against you return to their origin. The traps set for you collapse under their own weight. God ensures that evil self-destructs. He defends your reputation, your name, your destiny. You do not need to fight. He fights for you. All people will fear. They will proclaim the works of God. Your victory becomes a testimony. Your protection becomes evidence of God's hand. What was meant to destroy you becomes a story of deliverance. People will recognize God's power in your life. His protection will shine through your night and your morning. And every trap will become a platform for his glory. The moment God hears your cry, heaven begins to move. What feels silent on earth becomes thunderous in the spiritual realm. Angels are dispatched with purpose, cutting through the darkness around you. Your room, once quiet, becomes a battleground of divine light. Every trap the enemy set is now under inspection. The unseen realm stirs with holy activity. Heaven is not distant. It is responding right now. Angels position themselves at the corners of your home. Their wings stir the air with the sound of victory. They scan the night for arrows aimed at your heart. And with one movement, they break invisible attacks you never noticed. Nothing escapes their watch. Nothing touches you without God's permission. You are surrounded by warriors of light. Your valley becomes a fortress. In the shadows, the enemy tries to gather strength, but the moment he rises, the light of God exposes him. No strategy, no ambush, no whispered threat survives exposure. Angels draw flaming blades, ready for divine retaliation. Every dark force trembles when heaven stands. The enemy realizes he is outmatched. The battle is no longer in his favor. You may not see it with your natural eyes, but in the spiritual realm, a war is unfolding for your peace. Your fears have drawn the attention of heaven, and God has released armies to protect you. The darkness shrinks, unable to withstand holy fire. Every hidden enemy loses its voice. Every trap begins to fall apart. A sound of divine authority echoes through the valley. The command of God himself. Break every snare. Destroy every arrow. The angels respond instantly. Chains shatter, plots crumble, whispers die. What was formed against you melts under the weight of his voice. Nothing can resist his word. You feel a warmth invading the coldness of the night. A holy pressure fills the room, a presence too strong to ignore. This is God drawing near in battle, not gently, but as a warrior. He stands over your fears with unstoppable force. He confronts every enemy that dared approach your night. No trap remains hidden before his eyes. Heaven is fighting aggressively for your peace. Arrows fired at you in secret are caught mid-air by angelic hands. Plans crafted in darkness collapse under divine light. Every curse spoken against you dissolves in the presence of God. The enemy's confidence shatters as his weapons fail. God turns his attacks into dust. Your soul is being defended with heavenly precision. You are safe under the watch of the Almighty. The valley that once felt dangerous now glows with celestial fire. The shadows retreat in fear of what surrounds you. Heaven's armies stand shoulder to shoulder around your rest. Their eyes are fixed on every possible entrance of harm. Nothing dark can cross their guard. Tonight the enemy must flee because the presence of God has taken over. You hear nothing in the natural, but in the spirit there is roaring. Wings cutting through darkness, swords clashing against evil intentions. Angels pushing back forces that thought they had access to you. Every hidden attack is being uprooted. Every plot is being burned away. The night becomes a place of deliverance. God himself steps forward, radiating a light that cracks the atmosphere. The shadows scatter like dust in a storm. Every enemy bows at his arrival. His presence is not passive. It dominates the battlefield. He stretches his hand toward you, forming a shield of glory. No evil can penetrate it. You are completely covered. The enemy retreats in fear, stumbling over the traps he set for you. His arrows fall to the ground, useless and powerless. Heaven celebrates the unraveling of every plan against you. Angels lift their voices in victory. The night begins to glow with divine triumph. The battle is turning entirely in your favor. God has taken command of your valley. As the warfare settles, a holy silence replaces the chaos. A silence filled with peace, protection, assurance, and presence. The angels remain at their posts, guarding you until morning. God stands over your night like a fortress. Every attack has been broken. Every snare has been destroyed. Heaven has fought, and heaven has won. The battle quiets, and a soft stillness settles over your night. It feels like warm oil poured over your soul, soothing every tense place. God now shifts from warrior to shepherd, wrapping you in a peace that feels like gentle hands around your heart. The fear that once pressed on your chest dissolves completely. He is covering you with rest, safety, and calm. This is the peace only God can give. A blanket of divine light settles over your room, not bright, but warm, golden, tender, like a candle in the dark. It covers every corner, pushing away hidden worries. Your mind finally begins to unclench. The tension in your shoulders fades. Your breathing slows into a peaceful rhythm. God's presence becomes the atmosphere you sleep in. You are no longer in the valley alone. You are in the arms of the One who watches over you. He holds your fear in his hand and replaces it with peace. He whispers reassurance into your tired spirit. You are safe. You are covered. You are mine. These words settle into your heart like healing. Tonight, rest is no longer a struggle. God places a protective covering over your thoughts. Intrusive fears lose their ability to enter. Worries about tomorrow fall silent. The voice of anxiety has no authority in this room. Your mind becomes a still lake, calm, clear, quiet. Every thought now flows under God's gentle guidance. This is holy rest. The darkness outside cannot penetrate the light inside. Your room becomes a sanctuary, a holy place of refuge. The presence of God fills the air like soft music. He sits beside your bed, watching over your rest. No spiritual attack can cross the boundary he has set. Nothing can trouble your sleep tonight. You are wrapped in supernatural protection. Angels stand guard at every door, every window, every entryway. Their wings shimmer with golden peace instead of fire. Their vigilance brings comfort, not fear. They are heaven's gentle soldiers of rest. They keep watch while you let go. They guard your dreams with divine tenderness. You sleep under their protection. God places his hand over your heart. A warmth moves through you, slow, sweet, calming. Every emotional wound softens under his touch. Every burden releases its grip. Your heart finds its rhythm again, steady and safe. You feel held, known, understood by your Creator. Peace becomes your new home. You feel God quieting every storm inside you. He silences the inner battles that kept you awake at night. No more replaying conversations. No more imagining worst-case scenarios. No more fear of what tomorrow holds. Your heart breathes in hope again. Your night is no longer a battle. It is a refuge. The valley, once threatening, now glows softly with God's peace. What was a battlefield becomes a quiet meadow. The echoes of warfare fade into holy silence. Your soul finally feels the weight of rest. God sits at the edge of your night like a guardian king. He closes the gates behind you so nothing can return. You lie down in perfect safety. Your spirit senses that you are deeply, fully protected. Not lightly, not temporarily, completely covered. Covered in mercy, covered in grace. Covered in divine presence that never leaves. This awareness calms your entire body. You rest in the shadow of the Almighty. Every part of you begins to relax under God's gentle care. Your muscles release tension they carried all day. Your thoughts slow into peaceful patterns. Your spirit sinks into divine comfort. You feel sheltered, deeply loved, profoundly safe. The shepherd has spread his wings over your night. Peace fills every breath you take. As God's peace settles inside you, sleep becomes a gift, not a struggle. You feel the sweetness of His presence wrapping around you like a warm blanket. Nothing can disturb what He has secured. No fear can enter where He rests with you. You are safe, shielded, and embraced by heaven. This is the peace that surpasses all understanding. This is the covering of your God. As your body grows heavier and your eyes begin to slow, God begins a different kind of battle. The kind fought while you lie still, unaware, protected. He moves quietly through the night, touching places in your life you cannot reach on your own. He is not waiting for morning to begin His work. Heaven works while you sleep. Your breathing softens and heaven leans closer. You are not abandoned to the darkness. You are entrusted to divine hands that never stop guarding you. Angels walk silently around your bed, their wings stirring gentle currents of peace. Nothing can disturb the rest God is preparing for you. You are safe in the quiet of His presence. While you sleep, God untangles the knots in your spirit. Worries loosen and slide away. Old fears that tried to revisit you tonight grow powerless. God speaks peace over the places where anxiety once lived. He restores what stress has stolen from your heart. He pours healing into your rest. Sleep becomes sacred. In the stillness, God mends wounds you didn't know were hurting. He heals the tired places within you, the disappointments, the silent frustrations, the emotional bruises. He handles each one with gentle, perfect care. Nothing is overlooked. Nothing is too small for His love. Tonight, your sleep becomes healing ground. God steps into your future while you rest. He rearranges what needs shifting. He dismantles traps meant for tomorrow. He opens doors you haven't seen yet. He clears paths you didn't know were blocked. He prepares blessings quietly, beautifully, patiently. Your tomorrow is already being shaped by His hands. Angels continue their silent patrol, checking every corner of your home with unwavering vigilance. No harm can enter, no darkness can cross their watch. They surround you like a circle of light. Even in complete stillness, their presence is active. They defend your rest with holy strength. You sleep under heaven's guard. As your spirit drifts, God whispers truths into your subconscious. You are protected. You are chosen. You are safe. These words sink deeper than fear ever could. They settle into the foundation of your soul. They shape your dreams, your thoughts, your rest. God speaks life into your deepest places. You rest in His promises. Your thoughts begin to float, slow and gentle. And God takes this moment to restore what was drained today. Strength returns quietly, cell by cell, breath by breath. Peace spreads softly through your body like warm light. Stress melts away until nothing remains. You are being renewed without lifting a finger. God is rebuilding you as you sleep. Heaven works in silence, but its results are loud. Mountains move on your behalf. Enemies lose access they thought they had. Blessings find their way to you effortlessly. Traps collapse before you ever step near them. All of it happens while your eyes are closed. God is fighting battles you will never have to face. Your dreams begin to align with God's peace. No nightmares, no torment, no spiritual intrusion, only gentle scenes shaped by divine presence. God guards even the world inside your sleep. He places his hand over your dreams, shielding them with his goodness. You rest in supernatural calm. Every breath you take now carries God's peace deeper into you. Your body finds rhythms of restoration. Your heart rests from the weight of the day. Your spirit sinks into divine safety. You belong to the God who never sleeps. He works while you rest. You are safe tonight, fully and completely. Nothing can disturb the covering God has placed over you. No fear, no attack, no shadow, no whisper. You sleep under a blanket of divine protection. Heaven moves around you with holy intention. God is working on your behalf this very moment. You are held, you are guarded, you are loved. Sleep now, he is here. As the first hints of dawn touch the edge of the sky, something begins to rise inside your spirit. It is a knowing, a quiet certainty that the night did not defeat you. God was working, fighting, rebuilding while you slept. And now the morning carries the evidence of his victory. A new day begins under God's protection. Light breaks through the darkness like a promise fulfilled. Every shadow that once frightened you now fades away. The traps set for you lie shattered behind you. The enemies who whispered in the night are silent. God has cleared the path ahead. He has made space for blessing where fear once stood. This morning belongs to him and to you. When you open your eyes, peace meets you first. Not the fragile peace the world gives, but the deep, steady, unshakable peace of God. It fills your chest, warming your breath. It settles your thoughts with clarity and confidence. It whispers that you were carried through the night. You wake up victorious. God now steps before you into the new day. He prepares the hours ahead with purpose and protection. Every step you take today is surrounded by his presence. Every moment is covered in divine intention. The troubles that once overwhelmed you lose their power, because the one who guarded your night now guides your morning. You walk in strength, not fear. The blessings prepared in secret begin to unfold in the light. Doors open that were once closed. Conversations shift in your favor. Opportunities flow toward you with divine timing. The burdens you carried yesterday now feel lighter. God exchanges heaviness for joy. This is the morning of breakthrough. You feel a renewed boldness rising within you, a courage that comes from knowing God fought for you. No fear can reclaim its place. No anxiety can steal your confidence. The peace gained in the night becomes strength for the day. You stand taller, breathe deeper, think clearer. God has restored your spirit. Heaven celebrates over you as you take your first steps into the day. Angels accompany you, continuing their watchful guard. They walk beside you, clearing the path of obstacles. They silence every voice of doubt. They strengthen your resolve to move forward with faith. You do not walk alone into this morning. You walk with heaven at your side. Every place of confusion becomes a place of clarity. Every question finds direction. Every fear dissolves under the warmth of God's light. He reveals answers you prayed for in the silence. He guides you with a gentle, unmistakable touch. Your day begins with divine clarity. Your steps align with his wisdom. The peace you carry is noticeable. It rests on you like armor. People around you sense something different, not exhaustion but renewal, not fear but confidence, not heaviness but quiet joy. God's victory becomes visible through you. Your morning radiates with His presence. The night was not wasted. It was the soil where breakthrough was planted, and now morning reveals what God has done. Your spirit feels lighter, stronger, refreshed. Hope rises like the sun, bright and unstoppable. You step into the day with renewed faith. God has turned your night into victory. Every blessing meant for you begins moving in your direction. Every attack meant to harm you turns into testimony. Every tear you cried becomes a seed for joy. God redeems the night and multiplies the morning. He fills your day with favor and protection. Nothing is lost. Everything is transformed. This is the morning God promised you. You walk into the day confident, anchored, and covered. Because the God who guarded your night is the same God who strengthens your morning. You rise not in your own ability, but in the victory He secured for you while you slept. Your steps are blessed, protected, and guided. Today, you walk into God's promise. The night has been covered. The battles have been fought, and God has guarded every moment while you rested under His wings. Now His presence still lingers around you, soft, warm, protective, unshakable. Your home feels wrapped in peace, and your spirit feels safe in the hands of the shepherd. God stands at the doorway of your night like a mighty defender. No darkness can cross Him, no fear can approach Him. He is the watchman who never sleeps, the protector who never looks away, the Father who holds your dreams with tenderness. You are secure under His covering. May every trap set against you be broken. May every arrow aimed at you fall powerless. May every plan formed in darkness collapse under the weight of His light. May peace fill your room like a warm sunrise. May your dreams be touched by God's presence. May rest flow through your heart like gentle water. You are shielded by heaven tonight. As you close your eyes, remember this truth. God is closer than your fear, louder than your enemies, and stronger than anything that rose against you. He will not leave you. He will not fail you. He will not stop fighting for you. You sleep in the safety of the Almighty. Now breathe. Let peace settle over you like a soft blanket. Let your mind rest in God's promises. Let your heart fall into the arms of the one who has guarded you from every hidden trap. This night belongs to Him. And so do you. Subscribe so we can pray together every night. May God protect you, bless you, and give you rest. Amen.